look in the mirror, man, you so dirty. Yeah, you look so dirty. You were never worthy. Lately, it's you.
Welcome to the Jeremy Hill Show. If you're easily triggered, leave now because this is not the show for you. Now, in this reaction video, man, I'm going to show you a woman who got to sell her kitty cat for some Spam sandwiches. All jokes aside, man, this woman is just another example as to why women need to make better decisions when it comes to laying down with a man. Okay, so she's going to tell you how she decided to sell herself to make money for her kids. And this is not unusual. A lot of women do this, but they also use the excuse that they're doing it for their children, which 9 times out of 10 is a lie. But I'll get into that in just a minute. Let me go ahead and put this woman on the screen. Give me 1 second. Boom. Okay. Now I want you to check out this lunacy. Like I always say, let's get it.
Good morning, y'all. So y'all know I told y'all old dude played me out my money. I'm done with him, but now I'm desperate, doing whatever. My homegirl told me about this app. I downloaded it, upload my pictures, somebody hit me up or whatever. You know what kind of app it is. I can't really, get into details, but, just use the concept clues. So they sent me the location. I stopped and gave me a bottle of Don Julio. Drank the whole bottle so I could be on my level. I never did this, but it's anything for my kids or whatever. So get there.
She went and bought a whole bottle of Don Julio tequila just so she can get on her level. And she has never done this before, but it's anything for her kids. Rule 1, never believe a woman who tells you, I've never did this before. I don't normally do this. Don't ever believe that. Now, I want you to understand most women who carry themselves as whores, who are out there peddling their coochie, normally associate themselves with other women who do the same. Sometimes these type of women got to be around women just like them so they can feel justified in what they're doing or to receive encouragement to continue to do such things. Because she already knows that society would look down upon her. So what you have is a pack of whores running with a pack of whores. Let's keep going.
Give me a bottle of Don Julio. Drank the whole bottle so I could be on my level. I never did this, but it's anything for my kids or whatever. So get there. It's more than one man or whatever. But me, oh well. Originally, he said he had $5,000 for me. Then he was like, okay, I have $3,000. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just doing it for my children. So I start with the easiest one. I feel like, all right, he old, he real old. They always old, but I'm like, he the oldest, he gonna be fast. I do what I gotta do. RWEDY, my name is Reed, I gotta ride. Whatever. Use them out, whatever. Do what my sister taught me. So then when I'm finished, they was like,
do what my sister or sisters taught me. Women teaching other women how to get men off with their mouths and with their body. Let that sink in. Women who are advising other women how to be a prostitute. The quickest way. And I want you to understand how strategic this particular black woman was. She said, I got the old man out the way first, at least I wanted to, because I figured he would be faster. She thought that the old man would ejaculate on her faster or in her faster than the other men, so she decided to hit him up first. You see the demonic, evil, sickening ways of thinking that these modern day women have? What she said paralyzes to the old adage where people will say things like, if I'm being jumped by 3 men, I'm gonna hit the biggest one first because he got the most power, he presents the most threat. So when they're out there living lifestyles of prostitution and promiscuity and debauchery, they think just like that. I'm gonna get the one who can bust the nut faster so I can reserve my energy for other 3 or 4 men for the little bit of money that I'm gonna make. Isn't that sickening, man? Let's keep going.
Do what my sister taught me. So then when I'm finished, they was like, okay, we gonna sell you $5,000, you just Apple Pay $2,000 back. So I did that, made my money, went home, showered. I just felt so nasty. Why did I wake up to an overdraft bank account So apparently it was a scam. So the money is gone. I lost out on the money. My jaw's hurt. My private area hurt. And I'm back at square one. Like, life really is life, and for me, it
isn't that life is life and for you, it's that ignorance is life and for you. That was extremely ignorant what she was doing. Now think about that. At the end of the day, this woman got scammed, all right? They pretty much ran a train on her. Even though she was trying to be strategic to take out the old man first, she still got. Ain't that some shit, y'all? Now, I done told y'all about these single mothers, how difficult it is to be a single mother. I did a video yesterday about a church man making a pregnant teenage girl get in front of the church congregation and apologize for being pregnant because people was mad about that. Now, go back and watch that video and watch what you just watched right now. What would you prefer? Someone shaming our women or discouraging our women from living lifestyles of promiscuity and having non-marital births? Would you prefer that over them actually having it and coming on TikTok or other social media platforms and say ignorant shit that you just heard right there? Now let me go ahead and play this other one. Excuse me right quick as I get on your screen. Hope y'all doing good this morning. Like I think they already said that. Let's get it.
To suck it the fuck up. When some days you just want to cry and it feel like you want to die, you have to somehow figure out how to get your shit together before you in front of your child. They don't talk about that. They do not. As easy as all their single parent shit looks, bro, this shit is really fucking hard when your mental is beating your fucking life. Like,
another young single mother. No man to call husband. No man to be called father in the home. Crying, breaking down in tears. All because she couldn't keep a man from nutting in her. If you're going to lay down with men, random men, or a man, don't you think it would be wise for you to use some form of contraceptive? That short-term pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, tend to yield to a long-term pain. Just because y'all got along before the sexual intercourse, through the sexual intercourse, and perhaps right after, that doesn't mean that you're going to continue to get along. You know why? Because responsibility sets in. The responsibilities of a mature adult sets in when a child is brought into the equation. And if you are dealing with an immature man or man, it's not going to work out for you. Especially when the woman and the man is both immature. All that does is drive a wedge between those two people because they're not responsible enough for another life to come into this world. Hell, they are barely responsible enough for their own lives. They make bad decisions on their own. Some people view having children as just another way of tying them down, and they don't want to spend their money on it. And we're not just talking about the men, because there's some piss poor mothers out there like that too. So it's not what you think. Oh girl, I can do it on my own. I don't need no man. Most women who say that, they may not need no man, but they sure as hell ain't having an easy life.
I just want to cry so fucking bad right now, but I can't.
Yeah, but you did though. You said you can't, but you did though, didn't she? Didn't she do it, y'all? I'm gonna put this other woman up here. She's gonna make some valid points before I get up out of here. Check out the live stream from last night that I did. Did a midweek live stream. The show starts around the 15-minute part because it takes about 15 minutes for people to call into the show and to say what they gotta say, I guess you did. All right. There's some good guests on there. Now let's go ahead and hear what this lady has to say.
I'm about to say something, and I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash, but it needs to be said. Black women, we got to stop having children with men that are not committed to us, okay? And before y'all start with the, oh, Medusa, you got married and now you think you're better than us, stop it. Because I've been preaching this prior to me even getting married. I'm talking to the Krayshawn Rocks of the world, okay? The ones who have children with men who have absolutely no intentions of being involved in their children's life at all, and make it very clear from the jump, all right?
It's a great point. Many men make it very clear from the jump that they do not want children. Excuse me. And I have been one of those men, as many other men. We would tell women that we have no interest in raising children. But the woman would either try to sneak and get pregnant, stick holes in the condom, don't listen, believe that they can change the man. And as soon as he skeets in her and she becomes pregnant and he shows you that he meant what he said, now he's a deadbeat dad. He ain't crap. He's no good. But he was the perfect angel before you gave birth to the child, the bastard child, that he said he did not want.
Right? I just finished watching Krayshawn and Blueface ghetto ass show on Zeus. You got Krayshawn's drug addicted mother in the background over here pressuring her into being a single mother. Then you got her mom, her cousins, and her sisters pretty much saying the same thing. But see, they don't see nothing wrong with it because they're single mothers too. This is literally all they know. This is the norm for them. This shit has been normalized for them. That's the fucking problem.
It is the fucking problem. It is normalized. Now, we often say that single women keep single women single. We need to also say that single mothers keep or turn mothers single. Do you understand what I'm trying to say if I said that right? Single mothers encourage single mother lifestyles. Perhaps that's the best way of saying that. These women are miserable and unhappy and don't want to be alone, but they'll tell all these other women that they can make it, that they can be alone, and it's not that problem. And I'm sure that sometimes they speak to one another about being lonely, and they'll tell them some stupid advice like, oh, girl, go get you the Rose vibrator. Oh, girl, let's have a girls' night. Let's have a girls' trip. Let's meet up and do this. Get on social media dating apps. Meet somebody, girl. But they never tell them to focus on being feminine or submissive, cooperative, gentle, have a pleasant attitude so that you could possibly attract a man. And they never tell them the truth that if you have 2, 3 baby daddies, the chances of you getting that type of man that you say you believe you can get is slim to none. And like I've always said, and people don't like this, when the question is asked, how many bastard children, how many children outside of wedlock is too much? I'm gonna tell you that number is 1, not 2, not 3. You see, we like to make exceptions for 1. Do you realize how hard it is just for 1 child and how expensive it is to raise 1 child? Do you understand with that child, often that child is connected to in-laws or people in their family that you may not get along with? Do you realize that 1 child is connected to another man who may not like you, who may want to be active in the child's life, but he's gonna keep his eyes on you. He's gonna interview you from the beginning. Do you realize there's a lot that comes with just raising 1 child? 1. And I'm saying that for the young men out there who have been told that or being told that now, that, oh, 1 child, okay, because most of the time the people who say they already got a child of their own, and they're not telling you that there's been ups and downs raising that child financially, mentally, or whatever it may be. And they're also not telling you that that child may have a crazy baby mama or baby daddy. They don't tell you that shit. They tell you the other stuff. We got to get away from that. We got to get to the point where we are normalizing the truth. It is difficult in today's age to raise 1 child.
I'm here to tell you that being a single mother is not fucking normal. Raising a child on your own is not normal. You didn't create the child on your own, so you shouldn't have to raise the child on your own. I know your mama did it, and your mama's mama did it, so now you think that you should do it, and it's not the case. And I wish that somebody would step up and shake some goddamn sense into these women and let them know what the tea is. I'm tired of this shit. But if you don't believe me, look at the facts. Children born to unmarried women have a higher increase in infant mortality. Our marital status negatively affects Black women, and it does not affect white women the same. And this is not by coincidence, this is solely by design. Single parents are most likely to be female and Black. And most Black single women are at a 30% increase of living in poverty, okay? Black women who have children out of wedlock are at an 85% increase of being single parents and raising the child on their own by the time the child is 2. This is not by coincidence, this is by design.
Okay, now I love the statistical data that she is presenting to everybody, but I can't stand the victim's mentality. I've said that since I started this program, this channel, okay? This by design. Now, granted, I know that there is a such thing as systemic racism, systemic healthcare. You know, when I mean like other groups of people get better healthcare, I understand all of that stuff. And yes, those things do exist, but to an extent, okay? It is not by the design. And when they say by the design, they often are making references to white people, okay? You cannot blame the white man or the white woman or white people for you opening up your legs to a black man. You cannot blame another group of people because you decided to let Pookie, Ray Ray, and Nook Nook run a train on you for you deciding to let another man of any race ejaculate within your womb to cause you to get pregnant. You cannot blame nobody for that. And I guarantee you, during the time that you was laid up on your back like a mustard back heifer, letting Pookie, Ray Ray, and Nook Nook beat the coochie in, that there wasn't one white man or one white woman present doing so around you. This comes down to individual choices, okay? You got to stop pointing your fingers at everybody and start pointing your fingers at yourself in order to change yourself. Like when I went to jail, like I've been locked up. When I was in the cell, or in Houston, they call it the tanks, no person of any other color was forcing me to do the crimes that I was committing. Those were all individual choices. I could have took the sucker way out and say, hey, it's the man. The white man is oppressing me and all that. This is why, but that wouldn't have been truthful and it wouldn't have been factual. I chose to do the things that I chose to do. And if you never take accountability, self-accountability for the things that you are doing presently, then you will not change from doing the things that you're doing. Let's keep going.
And I don't even think I need to touch on the psychological trauma and abandonment issues that come with you only having one parent in your life. Like, come on. We always talking about breaking generational curses and building generational wealth. Well, newsflash, most wealthy people are married. How are you supposed to build generational wealth with no form of stability? Like, come on, y'all. It's time for us to put on our thinking caps. Stop going against the grain. And let me be clear, this is not an attack on single mothers. This is, however, an attack on y'all normalizing and glamorizing single motherhood for black women. Because in actuality, when you really break it down and look at the statistics, all you're doing is normalizing and glamorizing and fetishizing poverty. Because that's really all we have to look forward to. We are literally fetishizing poverty. It's like almost like some of us have like a fucking poverty king. And it's beyond problematic. We need to stop that. I just want to point out that we are statistically putting our children at a disadvantage when we make these decisions. So with that being said, black women, we gotta have higher standards for the men that we choose to have children with. And to my older black women, like Krayshawn's mom and them, stop encouraging the youth to be single mothers just because you did it. Well, I did it, so you can do it. You shouldn't have had to do it. For us to get back to them old days when we was telling men, I'm sorry, you want me to have your babies, you're gonna have to put a ring on it. It's time for us to start making these standards, period. It's time for us to start honing in and nurturing the black family, the modern black family.
I ain't gonna say the modern black family because I'm traditionally minded when it comes to family, and you can get my drift when I say that, right? You catch my drift, right? But I'm gonna tell you something, man. That's my personal opinion. I stand on it. Okay, if you get mad or not, man. But she's right on a whole lot of stuff. You need to get back. See, women, you have to be able to vet men better. See, the thing is, a lot of you women eliminate the fathers out of their lives, so the fathers don't have the opportunity to really vet the men that come into your daughter's life, because men can really read men better than women can. You know that? So that's why they're getting pregnant. I might talk about that a little further later on. But she's right, man. A lot of women, you need to marry before you carry. It just is what it is. Can you dig it? And this is for educational purposes. I'll holler at y'all later, man. Y'all take it easy now. Yeah.